Hi everyone, Joe Soto here, and welcome to today's webinar, How to Triple Your Agency Sales and Profit Without Selling Digital Marketing Packages or Bundled Services. First, let's just dive right into it with my mission for you, which is to create 100 of the highest paid, highest profile consultants or agency owners in your own respective local market. And it's 100% positive. My only question to you is, would you love to be one of them? And if you were to stay to the end of this, I'm going to encourage you to stay all the way to the end, because I'm going to give you access to my newly revised 17 Ways to Find Agency Clients handout. Now, I know some of you may have seen this before and you've downloaded the old version. You're going to want the new version. Trust me, it's a 10-page handout on what's working today to find new clients. And this webinar is really for you if you're a new or seasoned business coach, a consultant, or agency owner. Maybe you want to have a steady stream of new retainer-based clients every month, or maybe you're looking for a simple way to increase your monthly revenue by 10K or more starting this month. And some of you, well, you just want to learn how to triple your current monthly sales. And I'm going to show you how to do it by changing your business model. And if you go through this, you're going to see that some of this will really change your financial life, because I've got a completely different strategy to share with you. But what makes this different is that I'm in the trenches with you. I do this. I've been doing it for 7 years. I am meeting with prospective clients on a weekly basis, still for my own agency, for my own business. And I know what works. I've seen what's worked in the past versus what works today, and I'm going to share that with you. Some of you are familiar with my story, but I started from scratch in 2010. I built a 7-figure digital agency in that first year. I've had a lot of celebrity business clients like Jeffrey Gitomer, Harvey McKay, Tom Hopkins. We've had some pro athletes and all different types of national companies and businesses. We've had over 500 clients worldwide, literally. I'm one of the lead trainers for Ty Lopez's social media marketing agency course. And of course, I also contribute to other programs he has, like his Inner Circle program. I've been interviewed on his podcast, and so on. And I've trained over 20,000 students online since October 2016. Based on some of this training alignment that I've done with Ty. And, quite honestly, I'm a blessed husband and father of 8. For those of you who know me personally, you know that we have a big family. And I've done a lot of things right over the years. We've been able to build multiple 7-figure businesses, and we've also done a lot of things wrong. And that's what I really wanted to show you in this webinar, because after doing this for over 7 years, I started my social media agency, as you can see here. This was July 17th, 2010. This article came out that says new firm helps clients outsource social media. And this is myself in the middle here with my team. We called it One Social Media back in the day. And we started this, in 2010, and then grew it from there. And we went national really quick. We started actually a few months prior to this article coming out, but this just shows you how long it was. But there's a few things that I wanted to share with you. And one is selling what a client needs versus what we think they need was a light bulb moment for our agency. And we realized that selling one service was easier and more profitable than selling a bundle of services, and clients got results faster. And I'm going to show you how that works through this webinar and how you can implement this for your business. And it really comes down to having a system and a formula, because once you have that to follow, it makes everything easier. And I discovered this the hard way. And you get to cheat and get the easy way here through this webinar. But the hard way was offering social media packages. This looks familiar to some of you. This is, you have either between 3 and probably 10 packages yourself that you're selling or offering to your clients. Maybe your price points are $997 a month, and then $1,500 a month, and $2,000, or maybe it's $5,000. You have a big package. It doesn't matter if you're selling packages or you're selling bundled services. You number one, there's a lot of challenges with that, and I know that the hard way is selling a buffet of services. And I know it's hard to try to be everything to everybody, and that's what we learned. And selling business owners into a package and then trying to upsell them into a bigger package, all that is difficult. And it was the hard way. Now, some of you are struggling with this right now because it's what you've learned, or maybe that's what you've been taught. You've never heard me teach this. We started our business off doing this. And we realized it was because we were basically insecure. And most consultants or agency owners bundle their products and services because they're basically insecure about their own worth. And they want to provide as much stuff as possible to justify the fees. And because you think that if you give them all this, then it just looks like an incredible value, and then you'll be able to sell more. And it actually backfires in many ways. And the most potent way it backfires is that you become not profitable. It's hard to make a lot of money. So I'm going to ask you, do you want the easy way that does not require you to sell packages or bundled services, making you 2 to 3 times more profitable? Because it really, at the end of the day, is about cash flow. Well, I first have to say that the results aren't typical. Of course, I got to have a disclaimer slide. I'm going to walk you through and show you my agency system that's built a 7-figure business that I currently run, but my results aren't typical. The average person who comes to these webinars, they don't actually take any action at all. They don't actually do anything based on what they learn, and therefore they get 0 results. But I'm happy to share with you what works for me for free. But you need to work in order to create results, and I'm going to have confidence that anybody attending my webinar are the people who want to work. In the past 3 months alone, we've added over 26 new retainer agency clients at an average of $2,000 each. And we didn't sell them a package or a bundled service. But here's the 3 secrets. And the secret number 1 is sales increase when you focus on results and value produced, not on deliverables. No more packages. Secret number 2, you can command your fee and get results without having much to commit to. And I'm going to dive into each of these in a minute. Secret number 3, selling with a value-based pricing model is customer-centered, and it has higher profit margins. And I'm going to show you exactly the mathematics behind this, the math behind making money selling with this type of pricing model. So if you have struggled to price your services and also show value, that ends today. So let's start with secret number 1, sales increase when you focus on results and value produced, not on deliverables. You know, deliverables equal packages and what you'll do. So here's all the things we're going to do, X amount of posts per day. We're going to give you Facebook, we're going to give you Twitter, we're going to give you Instagram, we're going to give you YouTube, we're going to give you LinkedIn, we're going to do some SEO. And it's all these deliverables that really mean nothing to the client, because what they're buying from you is an outcome and it's results. They think that sometimes that they're buying deliverables is because they've been conditioned by the marketplace that's trying to sell them packages. But at the end of the day, if you can resonate with your customers, you'll realize that if you sell them results, if you sell them the value of what you do, that means you're selling them what they get from what you do, which is the results and the value. And it's the ultimate differentiation. So if you want to differentiate yourself from the other 10,000 agency owners out there that are out there selling packages, everyone's selling packages, you have an opportunity to not be like everyone. So this is the quickest way to differentiate yourself in a sea of people trying to do all the same things. So if you're selling packages, I want you to think of it this way. You're prescribing before diagnosing. Would you ever go to the doctor's office and just walk in and expect him to start shooting solutions at you, shooting prescriptions at you, or writing you prescriptions without you ever telling him what your problems are, without you ever communicating to him what your symptoms were? Okay, so your job when you go into those sales appointments and meetings, your initial meetings with your client prospects, is to diagnose, is to find out and uncover their needs, their challenges, and figure out the gap between where they are now and where they want to be. That way you can prescribe a solution to them that best fits those needs and gets them the fastest results. And I'm going to show you the services to sell that get these clients the fastest results. That way you can eliminate all the stuff that's just a bunch of filler that takes you and your team's time and costs you money. So think of it like this. Clients don't like to be pitched. They like to have conversations about themselves and their business. And usually it resolves around their challenges and the results they want to be able to get. And if you're good at asking the right questions, they'll discover their biggest business challenges so you both can have the insight you need on how you can help them. And I have no problem telling the clients this information. So I'll say to them, I have some questions I want to take you through because I don't want to prescribe you a solution without first diagnosing kind of where you're at in your business, what your current situation is, and really where you want to go. people like to talk about themselves, but you got to get them to open up about it. And that starts to generate the rapport needed before you ever pitch or present solutions, which might not even be on your initial meeting. And in fact, the way I teach it is you do it on your next call where you come back with solutions, and then you do a proper presentation that looks and appears very customized to them. But now you're putting yourself in a position where you're setting yourself up for secret number 2, where you can command your fee and get results without having much to commit to. Now, I want you to think about that for a minute. What if you could command your fee? And I'm talking about fees of $1,500 and above per month retainer, not including advertising spend, and get results without having very much to commit to. That's an interesting concept for people. This means that you can sell a package or a bundled services for $1,500 a month, or you can sell just one service that can produce the quickest, most affordable result for them for $1,500 or more. Okay? And that can be your monthly fee. So some of you go, what? Yes. In other words, this can be a way of you just selling maybe just Facebook and Facebook advertising, or just Google pay-per-click and ad service, right? So, but here's the thing. You want to be able to spend a fraction of the time on their account. Some of our accounts, we spend only 5 to 10 minutes per day worth of work. Okay? Should say minutes per day worth of work. And I'm going to actually show you how that math breaks down in a moment, because the value is in the results, the ROI, not in the package or the bundle. And once you get the client to assign the value to the result, not in the package or bundle, everything changes. So if I said to the customer, Mr. Smith, if you know that investing $1,500 into a service will bring you 2 to 5 times that in return, how often would you spend the $1,500? The answer is all the time, because what they're after is the result, and the result is more sales. The result is more customers, more clients. That's what you're selling them, is more clients and more customers. You're not selling them packages. You're not selling them social media services. You're not selling them social media management. You're selling them more clients and more customers, more leads, and that's what you bring to the table. So the value's in the results, not in the package or the bundle. So sell one thing and be great at that, whatever it is. So what can you sell? Well, remember, what you're really selling, just a reminder, is more customer, more clients. But the services that you should be selling and offering as a means to get more customers and more clients are things like Google pay-per-click, right? Because that can get immediate results when they're showing up in search immediately, depending on the type of business that you're targeting. Let's just say, for example, before we get into Facebook, actually, let's say you're targeting a dentist who does emergency dental work for clients with broken teeth and so forth. Or you're selling to an HVAC company that needs to be there on the top of Google when somebody has a broken sump pump or broken pipes or a really bad leak in a faucet. And so when they go to Google and type in that search term for your potential client prospect, they have to be there. And Google pay-per-click is a quick way to get them to show up to get results that you can track. And then, of course, Facebook, in which I'm grouping Instagram into it, marketing and advertising is our favorite, because it's the quickest way and one of the most affordable ways where they can spend their ad dollars and get a tremendous return on their value and on their investment. And you can get them results, and really quickly, sometimes within a week or two, you can be filling leads into their funnel. You can be driving people into the restaurant if you sell to restaurants. You can be driving new patients in for teeth cleaning or teeth whitening or Invisalign appointments, etc., just by using Facebook advertising. And it's powerful, right? You could be selling YouTube advertising. YouTube is also a proactive marketing strategy. Email marketing, if they have an email list, you could be showing them how to leverage their email list much more effectively. You can be tying that email list right into Facebook. You could be doing email marketing campaigns for them if you've learned email marketing and you've learned that as an expertise. And SMS text marketing, if they have a number list of phone numbers, also can get them results quickly. If they don't have those two lists, then my advice would be to stick with the top two, which is why they're bolded, either Facebook marketing and advertising or Google pay-per-click, depending on what you are most comfortable with. Services that you will then upsell later include video marketing, SEO services, mobile marketing, mobile apps, content marketing, And coaching and consulting services. And sometimes coaching can actually help them very quickly, especially if you're coaching them on Facebook advertising. I had a client, for instance, that when I started working with them, they spent $5,000 with me on 8 sessions for coaching. And then a year later, their business had grown 86% based on what I taught them in those first 2 months. They went from $100,000 a month in sales as a restaurant and bar to $186,000 in sales just by what I taught them in those 2 months. So it got them money quickly and then also over time. And all they learned and all they paid for that $5,000 was for me to teach them Facebook. That's it. I didn't teach them anything else. They hardly do anything on Instagram. They hardly do anything on Twitter. They do nothing on YouTube. They just mastered Facebook and grew by 86%. So find one thing and get really good at it, and that's what you sell them. Secret number 3, selling with a value-based pricing model is customer-centered and has higher profit margins. And then it becomes what the customer wants and needs, not what you think you should sell them or the package that is right for them. I get asked the question all the time. I'm getting ready to go visit this dentist. It looks like they have social media. What package do you think I should sell them? And my answer is none. You're not going to sell them a package. You're going to go in there and find out what they really need, what they think, what they really want, and you're going to form fit a solution, customize it for that, and you're going to charge premium price for it because the value and the return of your effort focused on one thing that does really well for them is going to help you sustain that client and keep them long term. And to think about it, some of these clients that we have, in fact, many of them, we only do Facebook advertising for them, and it might take 5 or 10 minutes a day worth of work, but the value to them is thousands and thousands of dollars. So the $1,500 or $2,000 or even $2,500 a month that they're paying just for Facebook management and Facebook ad management seems insignificant to them because of the return. So, okay, just keep in mind, you can't sell anybody anything. They must discover that they want it. So you have to meet with them and ask the right questions in order to get where you want to go. So let's do the math on profitability. This is really fun. So let's just say you have one client at $1,500 a month gross revenue. That's the absolute bottom of the barrel pricing I suggest for an agency to charge to start getting into real profitability for their business and start scaling. That should be your bottom line pricing, and then you can move up from there as long as you have the belief level to do it. Gross revenue. Let's say the service you sell them is Facebook and Instagram advertising management and marketing. So one service. Your initial work, of course, setting up audiences in Power Editor. Then you got daily work, posting and advertising posts on feed and dark posts. Dark posts are advertising posts that don't show up on their page feed, but on the feed of the target audience that they're advertising to. Hours allocated for this per month, 15 hours, because our goal as an agency is to make a minimum of $100 per hour. Well, do the math. 15 hours per month, a total that we'll have our team assigned to work on this account means that they have to be able to work on this account for, on average, less than 30 minutes a day. Now, one day they might work on it for 60 minutes, and then the next day, 10 or 5. But on average, it comes out to about 30 minutes a day worth of time on this account because it's one of our smaller accounts. We're not going to spend a lot of time on it, and we can't if we want to be profitable, which is we want to make at least $100 an hour gross. So then we outsource the work or we have people on our team, which are outsourcers who take on multiple accounts, and they're really just trained team members. But per account, it's like $300 to $500 on average is what I suggest that you pay somebody. And this could be a college student who's learning marketing. This can be an at-home mom who maybe has got a degree, but she's worked in the corporate world, but now she's a stay-at-home mom because she wants to be home with her kids, but she still has the skill sets to help you with social media, and she wants to take on some accounts. You can give her a couple of accounts for $500 a piece. She makes an extra $1,000 a month. She's happy. You're happy because you got a capable, trained team member to outsource the work to while you continue to grow and scale your business. Well, these are real numbers here. This makes that trained team member, they earn $20 to $33 an hour, depending if you're paying $300 or $500 a month. And then your net profit, okay, after paying out your monthly management fee is $1,000 to $1,200 per account on the smallest account possible. So you're making personally as the business owner $66 to $80 an hour. Now, it's not true net because you're going to have some expenses, like maybe you're using Hootsuite or Sprout Social to manage social media accounts. Maybe you got to take in a few other expenses like, Basecamp for project management and other tools you're using to grow your agency. But this is really how you do the math on net profitability per account for the smallest level client. So in the smallest level client, you should be earning back, in your pocket, net $1,000 to $1,200 per account if you're managing it correctly. Some people just don't take the time to do the math like this. And I encourage you to write this down and then build your agency off of this model. The difference between charging $1,500 or $2,500 or $5,000, by the way, is not what you do. It's in the value to the customer. It's all in what's it worth to them. So for some of our clients, we'll sell them Facebook advertising services, and they'll pay, like for instance, a restaurant might pay $1,500 a month, but a local med spa salon that also does, maybe they do laser treatments and other med spa services, medical weight loss and so on, they might pay $3,000 or more per month for the exact same amount of work on our end, but the value to them is higher because their per customer return is higher. So for instance, at a med spa, the average customer might be worth over $200 to their business versus a restaurant, the average check might be $20. So the value is higher for customer acquisition for a med spa. Therefore, when you charge higher and you do the math with them and show them that their return is going to be higher, it's not about what you're doing. It's about the value it is to them. What's it worth to them for you to be bringing them new customers? And that's why we also like going after those customers that have higher price points for customer acquisition, because it's worth more when we bring them a new customer. But we also have a lot of restaurants, as some of you know, knowing our background. We have one of our many niches is restaurants, and one restaurant that became a client and ultimately became a client I invested in was Yummy Pig Barbecue, and they're in Leesburg, Virginia. And you can see this is a simple video post, reached 8,000 people. We do Facebook ads, Instagram ads. We do an email newsletter. We spend about 5 to 10 minutes a day on this account, and we've 3x'd their sales in 1.5 years. They grew 40% in their first 60 days. This post I'm giving you isn't a remarkable one. I'm posting it because it's unremarkable, because it really just shows that with a little bit of advertising, we spent maybe $20, if that, on this post. We posted a video for them, and he's opening it up, and it shows some new bratwurst in there, smoked bratwurst. But it still reached 8,000 people, got 4,000 video views, had 82 comments and shares and reactions. And it's these type of posts on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis, sometimes on a daily basis, that generate sales for them. They literally 3x their sales in 1.5 years working with us. So what do you think, the monthly fee is worth to them? It's worth a lot. And you just got to get the business to see that long term. They refer clients to us monthly now, which makes them a really, really valuable client and partner. So let's kind of review so far what I've gone over. And I know I've gone over it really quickly. I know you've taken probably some initial notes. Hopefully you've agreed it's been time well spent so far. I've changed kind of your paradigm and your way of thinking about selling packages and your belief level that you can actually sell much less and get much more profit. But I can't cover everything you need, in a short hour webinar. Even if we had all day, I couldn't cover it. So I have a special offer, so you can get everything you need to know to really grow and scale this to a 7-figure agency. And if you act fast, I'm going to give you a very special deal, and I'm going to give you some incredible bonuses that you probably are not aware of that even exist. So you'll be thrilled to know that I've launched my own course, my own agency course, and local consulting course called Local Consulting Academy. It's 10 weeks. It's 8 big modules with over 82 lessons. Okay, I say 82 lessons, but there's like over 90 videos. And this is kind of a sneak peek to the inside of it, but I'm going to kind of show you what I mean by the 8 modules. This is what's covered. So you have a kind of an overall understanding of what's covered in my new course. And if it's not for you, fine. If it is for you, you're going to see some really, really cool bonuses here in a moment. But first of all, we have a getting started module, of course, that really covers mindset and really setting yourself up for success. If you can't hear it already, mindset's a big part of how you look at this, because some people are just looking at their agency through the wrong lens. I'm going to show you exactly what to do to find new clients. In fact, I'll give you the 17 ways to find new clients here in a moment. But I'm going to really deep dive into all 17 ways in my course. And when I say videos, I don't mean 5 or 10 minute videos. Many of these videos are 30 minutes or even an hour long sessions to really help you understand all this. I remove all the excuses in my course. Selling clients We dive into selling clients, overcoming objections, advanced persuasion. I'm going to show you every single one of these modules in a moment. I'm going to show you line by line what's in it. Managing clients and getting results, generating referrals, and then scaling your business. And all the social media and digital marketing stuff is inside of the managing clients and getting results, by the way. But I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is actually what it looks like. I'm in front of my whiteboard. I'm in front of my flip chart. I'm doing over-the-shoulder training, showing you step by step how to do everything in the course. I take my time personally coaching you one-on-one. Like it even says it over 90 videos. A lot of different settings because I jump around from my office to into my studio, my basement, as well as sometimes I'm outside. And then sometimes I'm just doing just like now, kind of over the shoulder, letting you see it. So what's included? Let's just go through them really quick. And I'm going to go through it fast because for the interest of time, I want to show you some of these cool bonuses. Adopting the right mindset for success in how you approach your local consulting business and your clients. I'm going to show you the 4 key philosophies that drive your success, and it really is what we hinge our business on. I'm going to give you the top local niches to focus on and how to access the local competition and assess them. Why most agency owners have their business model all wrong from the start. And a lot of that starts with selling packages and selling bundled services. You got to move away from that. Finding clients, prospecting. In that module, I give you my proven sales process. Now, keep in mind, before I started my social media agency, I had a sales training company for 10 years prior. And I trained national sales organizations around the country and did that for a long time. So I have a sales process that works. It's worked for my agency for 7 years and it can work for you. I talked about deep diving into the 17 ways of finding clients, how to target the right clients, how to approach your prospects, how to market your value. This is probably one of the more valuable lessons inside this module, how to market your value so people see you as a trusted advisor. I'm going to give you all the cold call email templates that you need. I'm going to show you how to get past gatekeepers and set appointments as a follow-up. And then module 3, because you have the appointments, I'm going to show you how to actually sell the clients. No course out there teaches you how to present and close the right way. There isn't a course out there right now showing you exactly the sales process step by step, but how to actually sell, how to price your services in a profitable way without the packages. I'll show you how to write proposals that are accepted. I'm going to give you the proposal checklist, templates, agreement templates. You can get all of that in the course. How to gain instant credibility, how to have sales conversations versus pitching. You're going to stop pitching clients. I'm going to show you how to do a gap analysis and how to ask the right questions. In fact, I give you all the questions to ask in a cheat sheet. How to present your services. Every single one of these lessons, by the way, is accompanied by a handout. And I know I'm going fast, but we got to we got a lot of stuff to go through. How to recognize buying signals, how to close, overcoming objections is module 4, handling the price objections, decoding put-off stalls and objections, inoculating and overcoming objections. I'm giving you the actual titles to the lessons right here in this webinar. Positioning against competitors, advanced persuasion, don't take it lightly. How to gain instant rapport, how to lead your customer to gain agreement, how to elicit their buying value so you know what's important to them when you're selling them, how to change your customer's mind because you're going to need to. And then I'm going to show you how to manage clients everything from A to Z, how to invoice, accept payments. I'm going to give you a digital marketing plan as a bonus. We'll talk about that in a moment, how to kick off, onboard, and manage your clients. The profits first philosophy is key because you want to be profitable. I'm going to show you what digital marketing services to offer and how. I'm going to show you how to outsource your digital marketing services, and I give you the ultimate outsourcing guide. It's kick butt. So this is still on module 6, by the way. I'm going to give you tools for email marketing, creating landing pages, marketing automation. I talk about how to use graphic design software for social media posts and not just Canva. I show you leveraging the power of Facebook ads, and we really dive into Facebook marketing and Instagram. We talk about Facebook Messenger and bots marketing. And then I also, in addition to Facebook and that being a big part of this module, I also want to show you how to leverage LinkedIn for you and your clients, and leveraging SMS text marketing, and then offering coaching services for results, because sometimes you can sell coaching services and be able to help get them really good results, but you can charge a premium fee for that. I'll show you how to do it. Module 7, networking and how to generate ongoing referrals. Dig Your Well Before You're Thirsty is my favorite book on networking by Harvey McKay, so I titled my lesson around it. The 5-step system for leveraging LinkedIn for referrals, how to get referrals. 17.5 strategies for connecting and all the strategies there. How to get referrals from your network. And this is a big piece because most people don't know how to generate ongoing referrals for your business. And don't take it lightly, because this should have been a course in and of itself, module 7 alone. There's enough information and I could have sold it separately and charged a lot of money. Module 8, scaling your business, avoiding the 6 pitfalls of growth. These are the 6 pitfalls I found over 7 years. Scaling your business to 6 figures. And then I talk about scaling your business with bigger, higher paying clients, scaling your team, scaling up your strategy, and scaling your business to 7 figures. Those are the scaling steps. Now, I would love to teach you 8 figures and beyond, but most of you watching this, you just need to get to 6 figures, or maybe you just need to get from 6 figures to 7 figures. I'm going to show you how to do it. But I have 10 bonus lessons already loaded inside the course, which my peers tell me I'm crazy. Number one is, I'm not going to give you all that's inside those bonus lessons, but let's talk about what you get in general with this entire course. So first, you get the complete 10-week local consulting academy course. You can go at it at your own pace. For some of you, you'll get through it in faster than 10 weeks. For others of you, it'll take you longer than 10 weeks. It's just up to you. 82 lessons, over 90 videos, over 50 hours of content. That alone, from my students that have already gone through it, they've all told me that this was a $10,000 plus value. That's where that number comes from. Private Facebook group with weekly Facebook live Q&A and coaching calls. Honestly, to me, I think this is the most valuable part of the entire course. I do weekly, and sometimes I do a couple times a week, Facebook Lives in the group. I do a weekly scheduled Q&A call, coaching calls from me. I answer all the questions. Sometimes it takes 90 minutes to get through them all in this Facebook group. It's the only place where people can get personal attention one-on-one with me, and they can do it inside my Facebook group. You get over 70 handouts, including guides and PowerPoint slides. I give it all to you. That alone worth $497. So here's what you get just with the course. A value of $15,497. But I also know that for some of you, it's going to be worth a lot more because of the amount of clients you'll get. So who has this worked for? Well, the new consultant or agency, like I talked about, who's starting from scratch. If you're somebody who wants to scale from 6 to 7 figures because you're already a consultant or agency owner, or maybe you're a seasoned professional, you've been doing this full time, maybe you're on track for 6 figures or you're making it, but you want to scale to 7 figures. And I'm going to show you how to do it a lot more quicker than what you're doing it. I had 2 choices. I could have gone as cheap as possible and try to sell to as many of this as possible, but it wouldn't really incentivize me to really stack the value. And by participating in that Facebook group, I had to price it accordingly. I also, could choose an option of charging a little higher, but I can devote more resources like my time inside those Facebook groups to guarantee your success. And that's what I chose. And one of many students who've given me testimonials, in fact, they've given me video testimonials. This one's from Blake. He said, I only have 1 client. And in 3 months in this course, I now have 10 clients, and he left his full-time job. And I've gotten to know Blake in the course because of his posts and our interaction in the course. And I get a chance to meet with him now at our live event coming up. But he's one of many people. And every single week I'm reading stories of people like Blake who are getting new clients, who are adding clients when before they didn't have to, or they weren't able to. And now many of them are starting to leave their jobs. Blake's not the only one. But old habits die hard. I know a lot of you watching this, you can go back to what you were doing before you got on this webinar. You may not be able to see yourself maybe being able to do what many of these people are able to do inside the course already, like finding new clients, leaving their jobs. But I can tell you it's possible, but you got to change those habits, and you got to be able to do different things. And if you take action today and you decide that this is the right course for you, well, I'm going to give you a ticket to a live LCA, Local Consulting Academy Mastermind event. My first one is, and this is only for the first 25 people, my first one's coming up in January. So for the first 25 people, you're going to get to secure yourself a free ticket to come to the January event in Northern Virginia. Now, if that doesn't work for you, then you'll be able to pick one that's coming up in the spring. But in January, I have one coming up. Mid-January, I have one coming up. And it's a weekend event. So this is not just like one day thing. It's a weekend event. I'm charging $2,000 for it. The first one's already been filling up. So we have 25 people that we're going to offer this bonus to. That's huge. Bonus number 2, my 127 page, you heard that right, client digital marketing plan. I have people who have joined the course and they joined it just for this, but then they realized the whole course was worth 10,000 or more, so they stuck around. But it's 127 pages. And this is a snapshot of it right here. You can see all the different slides I give you, examples of social media posts. I give you all the case studies inside of here, everything you need to be able to present to a client. And not only use the digital marketing plan once you have a client, but actually present it to show them what they're going to get. That's where it's powerful. So your clients will love you for this alone, just for that. So what are you going to get? Let's review. 10-week online course, 82 lessons, private Facebook group, live Q&A coaching calls. I think still most valuable thing in the course. Over 70 handouts, a free ticket to the mastermind event, and a second bonus, which is the client digital marketing plan template worth $1,000 in and of itself, because it took a lot more of my time to be able to even create that for you. We use it for every single one of our clients today. That's over $18,000 in value. And so if all I did was finally give you the exact sales process, if that's all I was able to do is give you the exact sales process for finding and contacting clients and presenting to them and closing them, if that's all you got was the sales process, ask yourself, would it be worth it? Of course it would. And what if I just gave you the kick in the butt you needed to finally get yourself moving? What if it was motivating and I was motivating you through the course to finally get moving and to accomplish your goals? Would that be worth it? I think yes. What if all I did was teach you how to get referrals? Okay, because referrals are the lifeblood of my business. I get referrals almost on a weekly basis now. Would that be worth it? Of course. But what if I helped you just get 2 to 3 new retainer-based clients per month? Okay, at a minimum, $1,500 a month, and you got those every single month. Would that be worth it? Of course, because what's one client worth to you? One client is not worth $1,000 a month or $1,500. They're worth a lot more, okay? So think about it. One client's worth to you whatever they're going to pay over the course of a year. So when I get a new client on board, say for $2,000 a month, I'm looking at them already as a $24,000 client. And that's what I want to encourage you to do, to look at your clients like, what is it worth to you? If I invest in Joe's program and he helps me get one client, okay, that's worth $24,000. Let's say you only charge $1,000 a month. It'll worth $12,000 to you for one client. So if I only help you get one client, okay, it's worth. But what's one new recurring $2,000 client per month, per week worth to you? I'll show you in the course how to do one new client per week. But if it just got one per month, okay, that's one per month. If they last 6 months even at $2,000, that's 6,000 or 2 times 6, $12,000 in 6 months times one per month. We can really stack this up. So you can see why it's a good deal if I were to price this even at $5,000. Okay, I'm actually pricing this at $19.97 for the general public, and that's the fee it's going to go up to very soon, because that's going to be the bottom fee for my course. Because you're special, you're on this webinar today, you took some time out of your schedule to be here, and you're in early. I'm almost giving this away. So you can get started for just $9.97 today, and you can click the button below or sign up at localconsultingacademy.com. And you're once you sign up, you're into the course, you're into the Facebook group, you'll get approval. It's for Facebook. The Facebook course is for paying members only. So, and I realize there's other opportunities out there, and there's a lot of people trying to teach courses right now. I mean, let's be honest with each other. There's people coming out of the woodwork teaching courses who maybe found 5 or 10 clients and then they're copying everybody else and they're selling a course. I know people that are, selling courses that don't even have 5 or 10 clients ever. They've never had 5 or 10 clients in their agency, and they're trying to teach you how to build a big agency. I know other people who are just completely knocking off other people's content and then teaching it and charging for it, and they're just really good at selling it. But none of them are being taught by someone who for the last 7 years built a 7-figure digital marketing agency from scratch with no experience. I had no experience doing this when I started. I literally went to the bookstore. I bought a whole pile of books on social media back in 2010, believe it or not, and just started reading up on it and said, I'm going to be able to teach this. I'm going to be able to do seminars on it. I'm going to be able to help businesses with it. But I'm going to make it even more valuable for you. I'm going to throw in bonus number 3, if you act today, a social media slideshow presentation that I use to present locally at local chamber of commerces. I actually presented this at over 30 of Jeffrey Gitomer's seminars. He invited me in. It was a 90-minute talk I would give on a lunch and learn on the power of social media. I give you the entire presentation, 180 slides that you can cut and piece out. It's current too, by the way, with current stats, current relevant new information on Facebook, Instagram marketing, YouTube marketing, even Pinterest marketing is in here. You name it, it's all in here that you can give at a local event or any event. You could even use this as a webinar and market that webinar to local small business clients, and they will come on board. If you're doing meetups, you can present this at a meetup and people will be begging to be your clients. This is how we found our first, 150 or 200 clients when we were speaking locally and doing events. We presented a lot of local events for free because we wanted to get clients. So it's 180 slides. This alone took me months to perfect, of refining and editing. It's down to a science, and I give it to you as a bonus in the course. And I give you the example of how to present it. So let's review. Here's what you're going to get. 10 weeks of the course, 82 lessons, over 90 videos, private Facebook group, live Q&A coaching calls every single week, coaching from me. This is how I can be your mentor. Over 70 handouts. You get a bonus ticket to come to my live event for free. You get a digital marketing plan template for free in the course. That's bonus number 2. You get a social media slideshow presentation now, 180 slides that I present to local businesses. And the total value is $20,488 that I'm going to give you for $997. Okay. And I know I'm 100% confident, not even 90%, that when you get in the course, you're going to be messaging me, telling me this is worth every cent and more, and I should have been charging you $10,000. But I gave you a 60-day guarantee just to figure that out. So if you sign up for today and you don't like it for any reason, just let me know and we'll refund your money back. I don't want people to feel like they're taking any risk. I want people to figure out that they can come in and get a paying client, and that paying client immediately within the first month pays for this course. And you can do it in the course. And I know some of you have different ways of looking at disposable income. Think about the amount of things that you spend money on that you never see again. Whether it's going to a movie or whether it's buying something that's like maybe I have a friend of mine who bought a new tractor, and he looks at that as an investment, right? And I said, well, you're using your disposable income to buy that, and it won't pay you, but it'll save you some money from not having to hire the neighborhood kid that comes over and mows the lawn. There's all kinds of things you maybe are spending your money on, and I just want you to think about if you have money coming in and you spend it and you're able to use it and leverage it and invest it in a course like this that can then turn into $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 for you with a little hard work, you're going to, that disposable income became an investment. And I would encourage you to look at it like that. And you have really 2 choices. You can do nothing. You can not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free because I give you the 60-day refund. Or you can pony up a small investment and compared to all the value you get in return, you just give it a shot. You take a look at this and say, this is something I want to do. And if it works, great. If not, just ask for your money back and you'll get it. But the real question is, and I want serious people in here, is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out? What if it does even half of what I've claimed it does today on this webinar? Okay, if I didn't give you value at the beginning of this webinar, then don't come in my course. But I know I gave you a different way of thinking about charging and pricing and offering your services than what you've ever been taught. And this will pay for itself 10 times over. And all you got to do is take a look at it. And I love this. I love this because I love to talk about the tale of 2 people. How many of you remember the movie Office Space? I really love the scene when he's down in the basement. But some people get stuck in a cubicle. They get stuck in their day-to-day grind. They can't get out. They don't know a way out. It's like they keep getting more and more buried in the work and in a trap, and they don't know that there's a different way. And I realized it from an early age that I wanted to work on my own time wherever I wanted to do it. And being able to set your own time and be able to work from anywhere is what I'm going to show you in this. And I'm not anything special. I personally hate working for other people. Maybe you can relate. I don't know how to do SEO or a lot of other fancy digital marketing stuff. I've forced myself to learn some stuff with Facebook. I've spent over 7 years learning the best way, though, to get clients, the best way to sell them, and the best way to get them results. And that's what I'm giving you today for a small investment. This is a picture of my wife and I. We were actually at the Super Bowl this last Super Bowl where Tom Brady made his tremendous comeback against the Falcons. But I'm just like, everybody else. I like sports and I like events, and that wouldn't have came true for me if I didn't apply what I learned in this course. I'm teaching all of it to you, everything. I don't hold anything back. You can spend countless hours trying to do it the hard way. I did. And it took 7 years for me to get to where it's at now, where I can now teach you. So why do that? Why would you want to do it the hard way? I remember what it was like. I remember what it was like to be on food stamps when I was actually in my early 20s and I was having children. I was completely stuck. I had to look to some really good mentors to be able to get myself out of that situation and put some faith and trust in them. I had to spend a lot of times money that I protected really near and dear because I didn't want to spend the money on something that wasn't going to pan out for me. But I'm here to tell you, if you follow the system, okay, I can confidently tell you that's going to be your way out. So get started now. It's $9.97. You can go to localconsultingacademy.com, grab your handout of the new 17 ways of finding clients. The revised handout is there. I told you I'd give it to you at the end. It's there. But let's answer some of your questions. Number one, how is this different from Ty Lopez's social media marketing agency course, which I actually am one of the teachers in? Well, first of all, I was only able to contribute about, 3 to 5% of my total content and knowledge in that course. So his course actually has very little instruction from me. Now, some of you may have taken his course and you remember me as an instructor, and hopefully it was all good. And you already know my value I'm bringing. But at the end of the day, I wasn't able to do that much for it because he had a lot of other trainers he was utilizing and leveraging. And I decided to create a course that was more complete from beginning to end of what's worked for me, my agency, and my sales process. And I keep it really simple, but I do go through everything. And it's a completely different course. There's a lot of different things that I went through, everything that's included in each module in this webinar. And already that probably opened up your eyes to how much is covered in it that makes it different. So if you're comparing those notes, you can see that's very different. They complement each other. He's got a great course, and I believe I do as well. So they're different. Will I get all 10 weeks at once? Yes. You get all 10 weeks as soon as you access the course. That's an overwhelming amount of information. It's the criticism I'm getting from my peers that it is too much. Do you have a payment plan? The answer is no. But however, you do have a payment plan. The payment plan is called a credit card. Everybody's credit card allows them to make payments to it. So if you want to split this up into 2 payments or 4 payments or 10 payments, do it with your credit card, right? You put it on a credit card and each month you can pay it back, $300, and in 3 months you have it paid off. I did a payment plan before I tested it. I ended up charging people a lot more money to have the payment plan. I don't like doing that. I want people to get this for the most affordable fee possible. And I know that you can just leverage, MasterCard, Visa, or whatever to make a payment plan towards. So leverage your credit. Will it teach me Facebook advertising? The answer is yes. I deep dive into Facebook ads, especially what works for local businesses. I even give you local proven funnels to use. You're going to learn all of that. If I buy this, are you going to upsell me on more stuff? The answer is no. I have no upsells. I have no secret things. I'm going to, Russell Brunson's probably crying right now saying, Joe, what? You're not going to give him more upsells? I don't have any upsells. This is my program. It's what I'm selling. The rest of my time I'm spending building my agency. What if I'm new to all this? If you're new, you're in the best position possible because I teach you this from assuming that you're new all the way through to becoming experienced in doing this. So if you're new, all the better. I'm experienced and I have clients. Will this still help me? The answer is yes, because a lot of times you get stuck. You don't know how to scale the business. You don't know a sales process that can help you acquire new customers faster. So that way you can always be growing and scaling the business. And you'll be able to leverage your own experience to apply this to. So I think, whether you're new or experienced, I built this knowing that I'm going to have some new people and I'm going to have some experienced people into the course. And you'll be able to go through all of it with different lens. How is the course taught? What's the format? I showed it to you in one of the slides where it was, me in front of a whiteboard sometimes me in front of my flip chart. Sometimes it's me over the shoulder on my computer, just walking you through, teaching you Facebook, etc. So it's not taught though with a blank PowerPoint screen and a bunch of words. Okay. Even the way this webinar is done is not how I teach 98% of the lessons in the course. I do have a couple lessons where I use PowerPoint because I needed to based on the format, but 90% of it's like what you see here on the screen with me teaching you and just one-on-one coaching. So that's the last question we have. And I just encourage you to take action. Go to localconsultingacademy.com. The investment of the $997 is going up. It's going to be $1997 very soon, and that's the public fee. That will be it. And in 2018, you could be looking back, going, "Man, if I just had made one move." One client pays for this course and then some. One client at $1,000 a month in 6 months makes you 6 times over what this course costs you. You have to put it in perspective for yourself. Don't do it for me. Put it in perspective for yourself and say, I'm going to probably spend that $1,000 over the next 6 months on something. But what if I spent the $1,000 and I made $6,000 back over those same 6 months? That's the frame that you want to look at this in. It's an investment in yourself, and I realize that. And I thank you for spending this time with me. And again, you can go to localconsultingacademy.com and just grab the 17 ways to find new clients cheat sheet. Just do that alone because you stuck with me. But at the end of the day, I hope to see you in my course, and I hope to see you in my Facebook group where I can get to know you personally. I can give you direct feedback. I'll give you an example. Today, for instance, in my Facebook group, I had someone ask a question that took longer than what I could write for an answer. So I decided to just do an impromptu Facebook Live and answer the question directly because I knew it would help everybody in my Facebook group. That's why I did it. I knew it could help everybody if I gave them a quick 15-minute video explanation to help this particular person's question. But I knew it was a question a lot of people have, so I wanted to answer it for everybody. I do that sort of stuff, but it only happens in my Facebook group that's tied with this course. So there you have it. Thanks for being on the webinar today and listening to this. Hopefully you found extreme value in the early part of this and that you want to join me so I can be one of your mentors and I can work with you and help you get to that next level. Again, thanks for listening.